You've done the work, the books, the podcasts, the journaling, the therapy. You've had breakthroughs. And yet, healing still feels like work, like something to manage, to measure, to master. Let's name it. High achieving women are out here performing healing. I'm Teresa Noy. I work with high achieving women who are doing all the right things but still feel off. You're ready for clarity that doesn't come from grinding, and peace that doesn't fade, and purpose that actually fits. I help you get there without losing yourself in the process. And one of the biggest ways high achievers lose themselves is by turning healing into another productivity project. It becomes another way to prove you're okay, another thing to master and to perfect and to check off. Maybe this sounds familiar. You wake up asking, why am I still dealing with this? You have one more emotional dip and you think, I thought I already healed this. And you keep looking for the next tool, the next fix, the next upgrade to feel better. You're not healing, you're managing. And underneath that management is fear. Fear that if you stop working on yourself, you'll lose progress. Fear that if you sit too long, the truth will catch up to you. And here's the truth that you really need to hear. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not doing it wrong. You've just been conditioned to perform even your healing. So let's talk about how to break that pattern. Here are 3 shifts that will move you from performance to transformation. Let's go deeper with each of them. First of all, drop the timeline. This is one of the biggest blocks I see high achieving women, especially the ones who've already done some inner work. They want results fast, yesterday if possible. And if we're honest, many are looking for the shortcut, the hack. One of my clients came to me after years of self-help books and therapy and personal growth programs, and she said, I'm just looking for the missing piece. But what she really meant was, I want the fastest way through this. She had turned healing into a sprint, into grabbing tools and chasing breakthroughs and running on tips and tricks. She didn't want to feel, she wanted to fix. And she wasn't looking to be herself. She was looking to get away from discomfort as quickly as possible. Now, listen, that's the high achiever's trap. You want peace, but you're chasing it. You want clarity, but only if it comes quick and clean. You want transformation, but you want it to fit inside your planner. But can I tell you something? Healing doesn't respond to urgency. It responds to trust. It moves in layers, and every layer invites you to slow down, to surrender, to control, and to let your soul speak. And the truth is, the very mindset that made you successful, efficiency and mastery and speed, is the same mindset that blocks your healing. That client, once she stopped finally running and sat still long enough to listen, her healing found her. Not because she worked harder, but because she softened. So if you're looking for the hack, this is it. Stop trying to hack your healing. It's not a problem to solve, it's something to receive. You're a person who deserves time, who deserves care and presence. Secondly, let the feelings rise without fixing them. This one is personal for me because for a long time, y'all, I didn't want to feel. Not really. I could talk about my healing, I could teach on it, I can coach others through it. But when it came to me, to my grief, to my anger, to my fear, I avoided it. And I used this is what I did. I used spiritual language to bypass the discomfort. You know, God's got it. All things work together. I'm not claiming that. And all of those are true on one level. But if I'm honest, those words were my escape hatch. I didn't feel safe enough to sit with what was real. I didn't trust that I could hold the weight of my own emotions. I didn't want to be undone. But here's what I learned and what I teach: you can't heal what you won't feel. Listen, high achieving women are masters at thinking through emotion. We intellectualize everything. We make everything logical. It's all in here, in here, in here. But we're terrified to sit with it in here. We want to process our pain, not experience it. But the healing, y'all, is in the experience. Let the tears come. Let the silence stretch. Let the ache be heard. You're not being dramatic, you're being honest. And honesty is the birthplace of peace. Lastly, reconnect with your body. This is the piece so many high achieving women miss, because most of us are brilliant thinkers but disconnected feelers. We live in our beautiful heads. We overanalyze, we overfunction, we overdo. We can explain our patterns, we can name our trauma, we can quote the podcast, but we can't feel our own breath. And that disconnection, that ain't random. It's a survival strategy. Your body has been trying to keep you safe. But if you want to heal, you have to come back to it. There's science here too. Your nervous system, especially through the vagus nerve, is constantly scanning for cues of safety. And more than 80% of the signals between your brain and your body move from the body to the brain, which means if you're not in your body, your brain is working with incomplete information. Listen, you can do all the mindset work in the world, but if your body is still in survival mode, you will feel stuck. This is why mindset alone isn't enough. You need embodiment. You need grounding. You need to feel your feet on the floor, 10 toes in, your breath in your chest, the truth in your belly. In my Sacred Self Masterclass, we don't just talk about healing, we practice it. We create space for safety, we reconnect with the body, and we release the grip of performance. Because when you return to your body, you return to your power. I'm going to say this again. You don't need to perform your healing. You need to receive it. Don't need to do more. You need to feel more. And you don't need another tool. You need truth. That's what the Sacred Self Masterclass is for. It's not a checklist. It's not a crash course. It's not another way to prove you're doing the work. This is a guided space where high achieving women can fully stop striving and start living fully, freely, softly. And you'll learn how to release the pressure, regulate your nervous system, girl, reconnect with your truth, and rest in who you are, not who you've been performing to be. You've done the work. Now it's time to let the work on you. All right? This is your invitation to reset, to return, and to come home. If you want to join me inside the Sacred Self Masterclass, go to the link in the description. Come on, let's go. Let's go deeper. Let's come home together.